We can't be afraid to ask for things that we want. Most people, whenever you're talking to them, are thinking about their wants and their needs. They're not thinking about what you want or what you desire or what you're looking for. You need to not be afraid to ask for these things. Now, it's really important to understand that asking is a little bit of a challenge. But I'll tell you a story. We had a big customer that we've been shooting for a long time. We've been reaching out, we've been trying to connect to them, and we actually got a meeting with them. And whenever I asked him, I said, "So why now? What is it about now that you're going to give us this opportunity to come in and help you out?" And he very simply said, "Because you called, because you asked for it." We wanted this thing so bad. We were so scared not to ask for these things that it slowed us down, and it did not give us the momentum we needed. But once we realized that once we just ask for the things that we want, we're going to be a lot more golden. Now, I always have a thing that I talk about with my wife. It's I am not going to volunteer to do something that I don't want to do. I'm not going to volunteer to do something that I don't want to do. But if you ask me to do something, whether I want to do it or not, I'm going to do it for you just because I want to help out. But I'm not going to volunteer my time to do things that I don't want to do. And we had, one of our vendors asked us to leave them a video review, which means somebody's going to have to call me up and do a review of the kind of work that they did for me. And while I'm happy though with the level of work that they did, this is a large investment of time. This is something that I have to schedule out. So I just simply asked him. I said, "You know what? To get me really excited about leaving this review, why don't you do something for us? Why don't you do, optimize our Google AdWords or something?" But I had to ask for these things because it's important that they know what we want and what our desires are. Now, it's really important too to understand that you have the ability to say no to the things that you don't want to do, the things that are going to suck your time away from you, the things that are going to pull you away from your goals and dreams, and it's going to, maybe throw your mindset off or dip your creativity. You have the ability to say no to these things too. Don't feel obligated to give a long explanation or to cover up the reason why. Just be honest. No, I don't have time to do it. I'm sorry. This is not a good fit for me right now. It's simply just that. Don't go into this long, drawn out story of why you can't do it. That doesn't matter. It only matters that you have the wherewithal and the mental capacity just to say no to things that you don't want to do. At the same time, you have to be able to ask for the things that you want. Again, this is sometimes uncomfortable. You feel like you're trying to do something to maybe position yourself a little bit better or to make your life a little bit. But that's exactly what you're doing. By asking these questions, you're allowing yourself to position yourself better, to get better, to grow, to do the things that are going to push you towards your goals and dreams. But you have to ask for these things. You have to desire for these things. You have to want for these things. You have to will these things. You have to dream these things. That's the only way you're going to push yourself above, your competition, or to elevate yourself in your family as a pillar of strength. You have to be able to ask for these things, and you have to know when to say yes and know when to say no. You have to have boundaries. Realize what your boundaries are, set your goals high, and go after them. No boundaries.